Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the third episode and fourth episode of Koyomimonogatari. And last time we did episode 1 and 2, which meant Hanakawa and Sanjigahara. And this time we're going to be getting Hachikuji and someone else. The only reason why I know the first one's Hachikuji is because the very first frame of episode 3, which I start on, is the backpack. You know, the one that swings around and stuff as Hachikuji does her wonderful dance and her amazing opening. So we're starting off with Hachikuji. I'm pretty excited about that, so let's get into it and enjoy Hachikuji's presence once more because I've definitely been craving it. So 3, 2, 1, play. I probably could have phrased that better, but you know what I mean. Okay. And this is the Hachikuji opening. Man, how long has it been since I've heard this opening? There's so much extra text added to this. I think it was added. Going home. You don't have to go home, Hachikuji. You can stay here. There really is a lot of mention of going home, which I mean, it makes sense because that is kind of what arc was about, you know. Every time she says home, all I can think of her leaving us. I'm still sad about. This is no time for sadness, this is time for happiness, to get to see her again. Koyomi Sand. How are we gonna get sand involved? Yeah, don't ride your bike. And there's Hachikuji. Are we gonna give her our usual greeting? Aki. I can never be sick of talking to you, Araragi. I feel so cleansed. You really don't appreciate what you have until it's gone. It's quite a shift, honestly. Not to brag or anything. Shush. I love you. Yeah. What case? There's a lot of them. You mean Kaiki? 5 million yen debt. And we are going back to that again. Paying with stories. Okay. Did you find anything? You got anything good for me, Hachikuji? Aside from just your presence? Yeah. What if I pay you with a story for your story? Make me an offer I can't refuse. Oh, well that's pretty reasonable. Okay. Trying to rip me off, Hachikuji. I see how it is. You don't say. How is sand important, I wonder? Few things can be buried in it. Oh. So... is this, like, connected to the snake, perhaps? That is kind of terrifying, actually. Makes it... a lot of dedication. Although so far with all these episodes, there's been a theme of things are not quite as supernatural as they appear at first. So I'm expecting there to be some kind of reveal on that front here too. Yeah, so we did like mess it up, so. Hanakawa, I always have time for you. Routine report. Okay, that's concerning. Right. Does this interest you for some reason? Okay. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's enlighten me, Hanakawa. Those do seem like the two most likely probabilities. But I did not know there was an option C. But as expected of Hanakawa, though. That's enough. A cat. That's all I got guess-wise. Does a cat count as a natural phenomenon? Yeah, I still don't quite get it. No surprises there. Well, sure. A punchline this time, yeah. Maybe it's like a magnet? I don't know. So, something under the sand. It clearly was not a thorough enough investigation. We hit something. One hell of a coincidence. Yeah, eventually the sand will be all gone. I guess that's what you would do, yeah. Nature's a true enemy. Okay. Yeah, it definitely is a continuing theme with these episodes. Again, it was nothing supernatural. Again, we're talking about the value of stories as currency for meme. Again, there's a punchline, you know, reveal. It definitely has to have some meaning going forward. I mean, this one especially, I got that impression. The whole natural phenomenon being a third party, another problem. Not everything is a result of human or aberration actions. There's another element. And that might be a big thing going forward, possibly, potentially. Because we have the whole darkness thing that consumed Hachikuji or whatever. Like, that could be kind of what it's referring to by the nature thing, maybe. I'm trying to put things together in my head. I'm not good at it, so I'm doing my best. Because there's very few things in Monogatari that do not have a point. Say, it was great seeing Hachikuji again, though. Like, for sure. Okay, that was the third episode of Koyomimonogatari. And yeah, I said a lot of what I needed to say just in that ED bit there, but got to see Hachikuji again. I've missed her banter with Araragi so much. Just in general, I've missed Hachikuji so much. She's just best character in the show. She just disappeared one day. I'm still upset about that. I'm very still upset about that, but getting to see her again, I'm so happy for that, really. I would have liked her to get a bit more screen time, but we got some. I should appreciate that, really. So yeah, the plot this time was just the sandbox had a scary face, and Araragi thought maybe it was like a prank by someone or like a supernatural thing, but it was neither. It was just nature being nature. The box broken, eroding away, and sand falling through. And I guess as it does that, the sand just is a very specific position it naturally ends up going back to. So yeah, that's what we got there. So next episode, I assume we're gonna go to Kambaru next. Kambaru next. I have to venture, I guess. So we'll see. I'm putting up episode 4 now, and yep, this is definitely Kambaru. Okay, yeah, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. The Kambaru opening that does not have her friend in it, her rival in it. So far we've had sand, flowers, and rocks, right? Again, everything you can find like in nature. So yeah, I definitely am starting to really believe my theory that the biggest theme here is like nature, the effect that nature has on our lives. So I'm expecting this to continue that theme. Maybe it'll be wind, clouds. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, a flower would have made the most sense with Kambaru, you know, lilies. So I don't know. gets closer, but in the end, Sugihara cuts her in half. With scissors, which is the best part of it. Koyomi, water. Okay, water's up next. Like I said, continuing the theme for sure. But what will we do with water? We're already at our house. Man, how many times have we gone through this? Seems like it. Glad to help. So I don't see any water in here. Where are we gonna find the water? Will it be like a river, a pool, a pond? Great Araraki. What are you thinking here, Kambaru? Oh, there's water. Probably not the important water though. Or a bath, or me. For me? I guess, yeah, water's a bathtub. That makes sense. I'll take that. If I remember correctly, she had a nice bath that we saw in Hana Monogatari. I think it was Hana. So she was planning on invading. I kind of had a feeling. You're gonna break the door down. Yeah, I'm aware. Making it kind of hard to enjoy my bath, Kambaru. Yes, I'm alive. Please calm down. Why would you think that though? I mean, Sugihara does as well. She knows her well. You're wrong, Araragi. You're the road. Whatever I was saying was not important. Gonna have to get in there first. It goes without saying. It's a good offer. I would take it. Sugihara would probably forgive you. If it's Kambaru. The Kohai you're supposed to treat well. Whew. And they're just getting further and further. Man, just the delay between each article of clothing being removed, it just... Kambaru knows what she's doing, is all I'm gonna say. Oh? Oh. Making it really hard to read the subs, Kambaru. That was a really skillful camera movement, though. Camera's in the wrong spot, though. See reflection and legs. Oh my god, Kambaru has a nice body. A surface. Well, hello to you too. Nice to hear your voice. Yeah, don't get to the stage just yet. Okay, thank you, Senjukahara. You're always so kind. Went to Kanbaru's place, took a bath, she stripped. Senjukahara not to be outdone by Kanbaru. Okay. Oh, is that what we were talking about? Okay. Maybe she was just secretly under the water. Maybe she was a stalker the whole time. Pretty cool idea, though. Yeah, who did you see, Araragi? You might have seen Senjukahara. Yeah, which one is it, Araragi? I mean, might have been Shinobu. Could have been anyone, though, really. But yeah, I didn't see anything there. Man, she is nimble. Wow. Kind of like a dragonfly setup, almost. I see. Okay, what's the punchline this time? So basically, he just looks like his loved one. Yeah, probably just some projecting going on here. So if there's a thing, it's less of a physical phenomenon, more of a mental thing. Memories definitely get distorted over time. Geez, Senjukahara. It's nice talking to you, too. Yeah, what did you see, Kanbaru? That's a big question. That's the one I really care about. Red and blue Oni. Is that always there? uh, oh my god, Kanbaru. I can't believe I didn't see that coming. God damn it, Kanbaru. I was just sitting here with bated breath waiting for a serious answer. That's what I got. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna complain though. Like, it makes sense. It's all good. It was my fault. It was entirely my fault. Freaking combo. But again, keeping up with the theme of it, that being nothing supernatural going on. A natural phenomenon. I'm getting a little bit worried about the later parts of the show. I might talk about a little bit about why in this discussion portion. Okay, yeah, this was the 4th episode of Koyomimonogatari, and the outdoorsy item of importance this time was water. So in this case, well, I was wondering what it would be. It could be like a pool or a pond or a lake or a river or anything like that, but it was a bath. Honestly, I should have expected that because I almost said Araragi. Monogatari has always had a lot of good bath scenes, right? Like, more so than I can count. We had the Shinobu one, that was great. We had the one with Tsukihi. We had the, Kambaru had her own, like, in her arc, I think, as well. And there's probably a couple others that I can't remember, but there's definitely been quite a few pretty... Oh, yeah! Hanakawa and Senzugahara showering together during Neko Monogatari. Right, so there's been a lot of good bath scenes, shower scenes in the show, for sure. So, I probably should have guessed that first. I don't know why I didn't. Just me dropping the ball. But, yeah, he eventually made his way to Kambaru's bath. And, pretty much in that entire scene, I was kind of waiting for Kambaru to make some kind of move, a very Kambaru-like move. And when she had him go to bath, I kind of figured she would follow suit, like she'd want to join him or something. And she did. She wanted to wash him, which is pretty standard for these kind of scenes, so nothing too shocking there. But the door was kind of locked, so she just couldn't get in. But we did get to see her, like, strip, like, most of it off, just slowly with a certain amount of interval in between each article of clothing. So just maximum teasing, basically. I was especially impressed when she took off the layer of clothing that was, like, right... what covered the skin, and the camera like followed it up, and just the way it all timed together to not show anything, although it was certainly a tease and I didn't get to see what I wanted to see. I can still appreciate that camera work for sure. That was pretty cool. But yeah, in the end she did not end up watching Araragi, but she did tell him about the story, like the theme, I don't know what to call it, not conflicts or theme. I'm not sure what word to use for it, but basically, yeah, I was going to say item. The item of interest in this episode, which was the bathwater reflection, because it's very, the urban legendy. You look at the water reflection, it shows you the person you're meant to be with, or something like that. Of course, that was never going to be that in reality, because that would go against the theme of this entire season so far, which is that it's nothing supernatural. So in the end, it just is a matter of, like, your own perception. Like, people, when they look at things, they don't see what's in front of them, at least not directly, not in any kind of objective way. They see it through their own personal lens of what that is. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. Like, you see something that looks human-like, but very distorted because of the the lights, the reflection. Basically, all of that really messing it up. And then on top of that, you have also the natural degradation of memory that happens over time. So I think what happens here is that the person that they want to be with, they just kind of project what they saw onto that person. Like, yes, this is truly the person I saw in the water. Like, it's a sign we were meant to be together. Like, there's just a lot of alterations, muddying it with your own perception, perspective, desire. Like, I think that's kind of the theme of this episode, right? You're not seeing what's objectively there. You're seeing what you see from your perspective. I think that's kind of, I don't know if I'm good at putting it into words, but I think that's kind of what they're going for here, like the way you look at things. Which again has kind of been the theme of these episodes so far, the way you look at things. But as always, it's continuing the whole punchline thing, the urban legend thing. All of that's continuing to be a running thing throughout every episode. So, that's cool. And of course, this was a fun one because it involved Kambaru. Kambaru is always a fun one. Kambaru is always a fun one. And seeing Senjukahara stretching was nice as well. You know, always the one thing that I always do enjoy about this show is that whenever characters are just sitting there talking, they find a way with animation to make it interesting to watch, and they definitely did that here with Senjukahara stretching. Definitely can stretch a lot better than I can, though some of those poses were just not going to happen with me. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, oh yeah, just taking off the thigh highs. That was probably the real highlight of the episode. Just talk about well-used animation budget. But anyway, yeah, good stuff here. Both episodes I really enjoyed. So, thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.